For years and years, Europeans have taken the piss out of America. They're so loud, they're so rude, they're so stupid. Why is everything so big? Why do they love their country so much? All of those people right now are eating their words. Because of the World Cup, people who wouldn't normally go to America are going to America. I am seeing reaction videos everywhere. People are loving it. They are loving the food, they're loving the culture, they're loving the people, they're loving the size of everything. People are starting to understand how amazing America truly is, rather than just listening to the media and what other people have told them. Once you truly experience America, you won't want to go anywhere else in the world. And I'm loving this for you Americans. People are bigging up America so much, especially the showmanship. Eagles flying around stadiums, music, dirt bikes doing flips, like insane. I love it. I'm happy for you guys Americans.
I feel like I've been lied to my entire life about America.
America, it is happening. Do you see it? People who aren't American who have travelled to the World Cup are realising they've been lied to. Before travelling to America, foreigners would just think America is this place they would hear about on the news all the time. It's a horrible place. But when you strip that back, like I've been doing for years, travelling America, so many different states, you realise the beauty of America, the different cultures, how amazing the people are. And the World Cup has allowed people outside of America to see America through their own eyes, not through their country's media eyes. This is incredible, and I couldn't be happier for America. The world is realising when you strip back the negativity you get and you realise how beautiful America really is.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
This is one, thank you.
Yeah, welcome to America. You know, I used to be little like you.
Ich will essen alles. Oh mein Gott, Tomaten!
So good. Just a little bag of popcorn for you. It's as long as an adult's arm.
What?
The size of an adult's arm.
So you like shopping in America a lot better, honey? We've already got 3 items.
All this car stuff. I'm in heaven. What's that mean? I can get bread, milk, and an air rifle.
Okay, so I'm in America, yeah? Guys, the yellow school buses are real. My whole life I thought it was just cartoons or the telly that would show these yellow school buses, and I was like, it's not real, it's just for the telly. Blimey, it's real! My family don't believe me. I'm gonna catch me a picture tomorrow.
What's up, family? Hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, because what we're getting into today, and you need to hear this, we got Europeans showing up to the World Cup, touching down on American soil for the first time in their lives and saying out loud on camera, I feel like I've been lied to my entire life about America. And family, when I tell you that hit different, I mean it, because the media has been painting this country as loud, rude, broken, and dangerous for years. And regular people from other countries are now seeing the truth with their own eyes. And we're going to break this all the way down today, so let's get into it. Now, let's be real for a second. If you are someone who grew up in Europe and your only picture of America came from the news, what do you think you're seeing? You're seeing crime, you're seeing protests, you're seeing political chaos, you're seeing whatever the worst moment of the worst day in the worst city happened to be. And that's the image that gets beamed across the ocean and lands in somebody's living room in London or Paris or Manchester. That's it. That's the whole picture they get. Not the Sunday cookout, not the family road trips, not the neighborhood where people actually know each other's names. Just the worst of it on the loop every single day. And here's what this actually looks like in real life. Think about a neighborhood in your own city. Think about a block you know that gets on the news every 6 months because something bad happened there. Now imagine someone who has never set foot in that city watches those 6 news reports and decides that's the whole neighborhood. That's the whole city. That's all it is. That's exactly what's been happening to America on a global scale. And it's been going on for years. The narrative they were fed is specific too. Americans are loud, Americans are rude, Americans are stupid, Americans are fat and lazy and don't work. Why everything is so big? Why do they love their country so much? That's the mockery that's been running across European media, and a lot of people over there brought it without ever questioning it. Because why would you question something you never had a reason to go check for yourself? But here's the part that I want you to sit with, family. That same negative story, the one Europeans were believing in or were believing before they ever booked a flight here to America, is the exact same story that some people right here, born and raised in America, are still telling about their own country. The same media narrative that had a British tourist convinced America was a dangerous mess and is the one fueling the people on your timeline to act like this is the worst place on earth to be alive. Same story, same source, same purpose. And then the World Cup happened. People who would never in a million years have chosen America as a travel destination showed up in person and everything changed. So they landed, and family, I need you to understand what these people were walking into, because they didn't come here expecting to be amazed. They came here expecting to confirm what they already believed. And instead, for the moment that they hit the ground, reality started dismantling everything they thought they knew. And let's start with something simple, right? You heard in this clip the yellow school buses. Clip going around of a British guy standing on the American street. You're genuinely losing his mind because the yellow school buses are real. As you guys heard her say in this clip, she couldn't believe they was real. I'm not making this up. They thought that this was just cartoons, just for the telly, right? Said her family back home wouldn't believe her. Now, you might laugh at that, and I get that. But think about what that actually means. This young woman grew up watching American TV, American movies, American culture, and still somehow landed here, not fully convinced that the most basic things were real. That's how powerful a media filter is. It can make you doubt your own eyes before you even open them. Then you got the Walmart moment, right? That you just seen, right? And I want you to give this one the space it deserves, because one of the European tourists in these clips, or in this clip, says something that stopped me cold. She said walking into Walmart felt like what Americans must feel walking into the Coliseum. Not because Walmart is historic, not because it's beautiful, but because it's something you heard about your entire life. And the moment you walk through those doors, you stop being a tourist and you stepped inside a culture you only ever watched from the outside. That right there is one of the most honest things I've heard anyone say about this country. Because Walmart isn't special to us Americans. It's a regular day. It's a quick run for paper towels and maybe a rotisserie chicken. I don't know. But to someone who grew up on the other side of the ocean, that place is a landmark. It's proof that what they saw on TV was actually real. And then there's the air conditioning. Listen, I want you to really hear this, family. A tourist walked into a store, hot summer day, and was genuinely shocked that it was cold inside. Family, we don't even register that anymore. We walk into a gas station, any restaurant, any Target, any lobby in this country, and the air is running. We don't even notice it. But to someone coming from a place where that's not guaranteed, that's a luxury. That's something people pay extra for. We just call it a regular day. Now, in the food, I'll get to you with the Cheesecake Factory from a British individual. I want you guys to check this out.
They have the
I want you guys to check this out.
They have the craziest thing here in America. So it's blazing hot outside. But look at this. I'm going to step into this establishment and it's chilly. It's hot outside, but when you step in, it's like a winter's day.
Why do Europeans love Walmart so much? I'll tell you. As a European, you have heard about this place your whole life. It's one of those places that you know it's real, but it feels like mythical. It's like Route 66 or Times Square or even like a yellow school bus. You know they exist, but they're only part of a version of the US that you've seen on TV and grown up with. And then one day you walk through the doors to Walmart And that's how you know you're in the US. And it makes you feel like weirdly emotional in this oddly familiar environment you've somehow never been. And I remember thinking, this is what American people must feel when they see the Colosseum. Not because Walmart is ancient or beautiful or historically significant, but because it's something you've seen and heard about your whole life, and now it's real. And for a moment you stop being a tourist and step into a culture that you've only ever observed from the outside. I just wish the Colosseum did coconut Dr. Pepper.
Being a Brit from the UK, we all have a perspective of what we think America is like. We all think they love fast food, they don't eat healthy, and they just sit at home, relax all day, don't work. Listen, that's what we think. But no, it's the complete opposite. Literally, Americans do not like a lot of fast food. They're into their fitness. People love soul food. People love to cook. People love exploring. People love going out. Honestly, being a Brit, we get told different things. We see different stuff. So I'm coming here, experiencing it and understanding people's life. It is so good. Literally, if you're not from the USA, you need to come here. You need to experience what it actually is like. And also, we don't really know that there's 50 states. Well, unless you're like me, I didn't know there was.
Americans, you are so lucky. I have spent the weekend experiencing a tiny portion of what an American summer can look and feel like. And all I have to say is, wow. Like, you get the weather, there's so many things near us. We spent the night in the mountains, and then 20 minutes down the road there's like a beach that goes into the mountains. And I just feel like you get such a better quality of life. Like, we have some of the same things in the UK, but the weather's so bad. And another thing that I found really cool is you don't have to pay to park here. So we've had like a free day out. Whereas if you were going to majority of places like this in the UK, you'd have to pay to park. It wouldn't be expensive, but I just feel like you're so lucky to live here.
Trying Cheesecake Factory in America for the first time as a Brit, and this is my last stop on the list because if I don't return home now, I will return the size of a house. Anyway, here she is.
This is more exciting than Christmas Day for me. The menu was the size of a Bible. I've never seen anything like it, and it took me ages to decide what I wanted.
Right, I'm ready to order now, thank you. Yes. Could I get the chicken parmesan pizza style, please? And also the Linda's fudge cake. Is the Linda's fudge, that's the chocolate cake, isn't it? The big chocolate cake. Yeah, I'll have that, please.
Now, whatever they've laced the bread with, I need to know, because that brown bread was the best bread I've ever eaten in my life. At first, when she brought it over, I did think it was chocolate bread. It's not that, though. Now, the star of the show, chicken parmesan pizza style. And yes, you are correct, that is pizza and pasta in one dish. Two of my favourite things on this planet. Oh my days, do not piss me off. That was one of the best things I've ever eaten in my life. My timbers have been shivered and my taste buds have been blessed. One thing about America and their cheese, they are not stingy with it. It was loaded, it had so much. And carbonara pasta on top, my favourite. Then for dessert, had to get the Linda's fudge cake. Seen it all over TikTok and I needed to try it. And it did not disappoint. It was 10 out of 10. The only thing I think it could have done with is being a bit warm or more squishy. I like me a moist cake. I'm going to be dreaming about this for the foreseeable. And this has inspired me to come back and do an eating challenge in Cheesecake Factory and just go through the whole menu because there is so much. Anyway, 10 out of 10 would recommend Bosch.
So there you have it, family. The Cheesecake Factory, right? This British guy had me laughing, man, and nodding at the same time because every reaction he said was real. The menu was the size of a Bible, and he couldn't figure out what to order. He got chicken parmesan pizza, as you heard, pizza style, which, yes, is exactly what it sounds like, pizza and pasta in the same dish, and said it was one of the best things he have ever eaten in his life. Then they brought out the brown bread before the meal, and he thought it was chocolate bread. He said the taste buds has been blessed in the dessert, 10 out of 10, and he's already planning to come back just to eat his way through the rest of the menu. That's not a tourist reviewing a restaurant. That's a person having a genuine experience that they're going to be talking about for years. And you may have ate somewhere or ate there last month, who knows? Or been out and about and barely remember what we ordered because it's normal, right? And just to tell you how grateful and how beautiful and how of a blessing the United States of America is. And we should cherish it, And now I want to get to the In-N-Out Burger clip, right? This is the last clip. A Brit talking about how 5 minutes after deciding she was hungry, she had a burger in her hand and a view. And she said it was the best day ever. 5 minutes, one decision, food in hand, that kind of access, that kind of speed and convenience. It's not something most of the world gets to experience. But don't take my word for it, family. Check it out.
As a Brit in America, In-N-Out is amazing to me. Like, it's so convenient, tastes so good. I'm so hungry right now, and we were like, let's just go to In-N-Out, and it's literally like 5 minutes later, you have this bad boy. Where else should I try in LA that I haven't yet? Because I want to try new places.
Or wherever else. Like, where do you need to travel? What do you need to try?
Yeah. We've got a view. Gonna put on Netflix and a burger, and it's like the best day ever. Look at that. Cheers.
It's just a great burger.
Does anyone else make their partner watch true crime?
The little things, family, right? Makes the most memorable things that you would never forget. So look, when you look at that, in America, we built it, we live in it, we stopped seeing it. And here's where the conversation goes deeper, family, because one of the tourists in these clips said something that I think every American needs to hear at least once. Spent the weekend here, just a weekend she spent. Stayed in the mountains one night and said that 20 minutes down the road, there was a beach. Mountains and a beach. 20 minutes apart. And on top of that, parking was free. You heard that clip. She said it in this clip here. That's the clip on the screen. And she said back home in the UK, you pay to park almost everywhere. Here, they had an entire day out and it cost them nothing just to exist in the space. And she looked straight into the camera and said, you are so lucky to live here. Think about what it takes to have that kind of geography. 50 states, each one of them with his own terrain, his own food, his own culture, his own weather. You can go from the mountains of Colorado to the beaches of Florida, from the bayous of Louisiana to the high desert of New Mexico, from Harlem to Hollywood. This country has so much variety packed into it that most people who were born here have only seen a fraction of it, and myself included. We got to be honest. And tourists come in for a week and still leave stunned. Now let's talk about something the Brit tourist got wrong before she got here, because this is the part worth saying clearly. She came in thinking Americans were lazy, eating fast food all day, sitting around doing nothing. Left saying the complete opposite, and the data backs her up. Studies have shown that the average American works 6 to 9 more hours per week than the average European. 6 to 9 hours. That's almost an entire extra workday every single week. The idea that Americans don't work is just not inaccurate. It's the furthest thing from the truth. We are one of the hardest working nations in the Western world, and yet somehow that's not the story that makes it across the ocean. And here's the gut punch, family. People are flying thousands of miles, spending a few days here, and leaving more grateful for this country than some people who were born on this soil in the United States of America. Grew up here, went to school here, and have had every benefit this place offers since the day they took their first breath. Divisive rhetoric, hatred being spewed, and things like that, instead of unity and love and gratefulness for this American soil and this amazing country, and continue to uplift it and making sure it goes in the right direction and continue to prosper. And that right there is the uncomfortable truth we need to sit with, family, because we have people in this country born here, raised here, educated here, fed here, who would spend more energy on a Tuesday afternoon tearing this place apart than someone who flew across an entire ocean just to visit it and fell in love. That is wild to me. That is genuinely wild. Now, I'm not going to make this a left versus right, Democrat versus Republican thing, because honestly, it goes deeper than politics. This is a gratitude problem. This is a perspective problem. When you have never left, you don't have a reference point. You don't know what it looks like when there is no Walmart, when parking costs money every single time, when the air conditioning isn't running, when the menu has 6 things on it and none of them are what you actually wanted, when you work fewer hours but still can't build anything because the system around you doesn't give you the room to breathe and move and create the way this country does. You don't know any of that because you never had to go find out. And I want to bring in something from Proverbs real quick, because this applies directly, family. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 15 says, for the despairing, every day brings trouble. For the happy heart, life is a continual feast. Read that again. We are sitting at the feast. The table is set, the food is on it, and some of us are staring at the one empty chair instead of the full plates in front of us. That's where we are right now as a country. And this World Cup tourists, these World Cup tourists, are the mirror showing us exactly what we've been refusing to look at. America is not perfect. I'll say that clearly, and I'll say it without apology, because pretending otherwise will make everything I just said meaningless. There are real problems here, real things that need to be fixed, real conversations that need to be happening. But the standard of living, the access, the space, the food, the freedom to get in your car and drive somewhere new without asking permission, that is something most of the world is still working towards. Most people on this earth will trade places with the average American without blinking. And some of us can't even see it. The World Cup gave the world something that no press release and no political speech could manufacture. It gave people an unfiltered look. No crisis, no agenda, just regular people showing up. Walking around, eating good, feeling the air conditioning, seeing the yellow school buses, pulling up to In-N-Out Burger, standing in a Walmart and feeling something they didn't expect to feel. And what they felt was awe, genuine awe for the country we wake up every single day as Americans, every single morning. So if someone who spent one weekend here can look into a camera and say, "You are so lucky," family, maybe it's time we start taking that seriously. Maybe it's time we see ourselves the way the rest of the world sees us when the cameras aren't chasing a crisis. Drop a comment below and tell me, what part of America do you think was shocked a first-time visitor the most? I want to read every single one. Catch you in the next one. Spread that peace, love, and positivity. Let the love supersede the hate. Because the world is watching America right now. And seeing something worth celebrating, the real question is whether we are watching ourselves the same way. Drop a comment, hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications so you never miss a breakdown. Peace.